Hey, welcome to the replay. So tonight we are going to do this transfer, and I just realized I did not get out orange as I look at my little colors here. So hopefully I have a orange that is good and ready to go. So ideally I would love to put it on a board that is this size. I don't even know if I said it. This is called the You Make Me Melt transfer, hence that. But so you get all these pieces. Unfortunately, it's no longer available. So I had ordered this a while ago, and I like to use, when I'm, showing a transfer, I like to use ones that are in stock. So I kept looking, and I'm like, it's out of stock, out of stock. And then for some reason I went and I checked our list of like transfers that are retiring, and it retired. And I'm like, I didn't even realize it. So, yeah. So, but I'll still be making some things with it, but unfortunately it's not available. But if you really like it, I can make you something with it. Of course. So let me just give me 1 second to find orange or something I can use for. I might have to make an orange. I don't know if I have one. I do. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. But, all right. So, okay. So what I was going to say was I would love to use this board because it's larger and I can, kind of get get more on here. But this is one of the boards that is, they call it like the boutique surface. So it's like fake chalkboard. It's perfect for chalking on, but I actually want to like draw my snowman, and you'll see what I mean. So I just wanted to show you, like, this would be a great size, but oops, but it's not going to work for this project. So let me just put this somewhere that I won't knock it over. Okay. So I'm actually going to be using this board. This is a really, well, it's not really old, but a board from when I first started. They used to do these very like ornate boards, and this has the metal just like the one we used last night. So that's why I want to use it. So then I can actually kind of like, I can draw on it with the chalk. So we're actually not going to use any of the words. And everyone always asks what this piece is. I think it's to kind of like insinuate like a hat, but whatever you want it to be, There's been a lot of, like in my Couture groups, a lot of, I don't want to say controversy, but like people, arguing over what they think it is. So these are the pieces. I'm not sure if we're going to use this. We're going to have to kind of see. But these are the pieces we're going to use. It's kind of like a tight fit. So I'm going to say probably not. This might look a little weird if we just used like 2 buttons, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go without the buttons, but they're really cute though. The one in the middle is a heart. Because I definitely want to like try to space this apart. And like I said, it would be better if, I had a bigger surface, but for what I want to do, hopefully this doesn't look weird. Now I'm kind of looking at it. It might look a little bit squished. But you know what? Like people, I guess, snowmen come in all shapes and sizes, right? So let me just figure out something I could just mix a little bit of orange on to make sure that's okay. Hold on 1 second. One thing I don't know, I just forgot all about the orange. So just in case I have to MacGyver something, I just have one of my little trays I wanted to get ready. I have to like focus better on where the edge of the frame is. This keeps going off. Because I keep taking things and having it close to me and then nobody sees. Oh, I thought it was Birkin. All right, so let me just get my little other thing started here. This thing is like fighting me. Sorry. I'm just going to press the button right there. Okay. It's like I said, I try to like multitask, and sometimes I just struggle with that. So because it's this kind of slicker surface, so remember last night I said it was like basically like chalking on glass. So if I took this and I just stuck it right on, like, you know, my front door, instead I was going to put it on there, I might have a tough time peeling the transfer off because it would want to really like stick to it. So that's why we want to make sure that we fuzz the transfer. I'm like picturing this in my head, and hopefully it comes out, you know, how I picture it. So I'm going to just lay this on here, and I'm going to kind of bring it right up to the top edge here. And I'm not going to worry about pressing it down on the edges. I know I always say that, but especially a surface like this, that'll really, really help you to have an easier time. Come on. A little fuzzy. So we're just worried about where our design is. Okay, and now our scarf, we'll do the same thing. And I'm going to do, I have like my little placement tape. Because I'm using red, I just want to be careful not to get it on my frame. I mean, it's not going to hurt it, but it'll just be a pain to clean it off. So I'm choosing red because, of course, I don't have any of the ribbon in here, but I put wreaths on my windows on the front of the house, and they're black and red plaid. So it'll be nice because the black from the blackboard, and then we'll do the red. So I'll coordinate, even though I've never coordinated anything. So now I want to take this little edge here, and I want to bring it right up to the edge there. So that's why I want to have my little, you'll see, my little placement tape. And I want to give myself the most room I can. So right down the bottom, I'm kind of just getting that as close as I can as well. It's actually all right if we kind of go up a little on the edge, because this down here, I have to bring this back up, because I'll just cover that with the placement tape, and we'll just kind of lose a little bit of the design. All right, so that's where we're going with, and we're good because we don't have any of this transfer under the open area. It is under the edge, but that's all right. Okay. So we'll kind of just push this right down into that corner. And like, you want to like, you know, push it like gently. You don't want to obviously like stick your fingernail right through it or anything, but. And now I'm just going to take a little piece of the placement tape, and I just want to protect the frame right there. Again, just to make cleanup easier, like you don't have to do this, but I'd rather, you know, spend a minute putting a little piece of tape here than spend 5 minutes trying to clean that off and then end up taking part of my design off. Okay, and now I'm just kind of pushing that right up in there. Actually, I just have to kind of push this right there just so it lays a little flatter. So I just kind of push it down in that little, the edge there. Okay, so we'll do this part first, so it'll kind of start to dry, so then we can do the next part. And it'll also, see, I made a little air bubble right here. If you kind of, like, you can kind of see them like from the side. I just want to open this off to the side here. Hopefully this is good and not, oh, it looks good enough. Okay. Poor guy, almost didn't have a nose. But I am going to take a little bit of the black and mix a little white in it. Kind of keep it more closer to black, but just for the, for the coal, because obviously the black isn't going to show up on here. But once we do the next step after, you'll see it'll show up more, hopefully. If it doesn't, we'll just take it off, and we could put it on a different surface, tomorrow. All right, so we're starting with the red, and I'm no struggle tonight of opening the red. Made sure it wasn't gonna oops, I'm just looking for squeegees here. Here we go. Just grab a couple. Oops. All right. Such a pretty color. It's funny though, when you look at all these, Christmas decorations in the stores and online, all the different kind of color trends they use, all who would have ever thought teal and, baby pink and all that would be for Christmas. So now I'm just going to get right up to that edge. Oops, thought I had enough on there. Same thing right down there, just get right into that corner. And then we just want to make sure that we don't have all the little lines. I have one little spot that is being stubborn right there. Okay, and now we'll just kind of clean up. That noise, it's okay. And I'll just make sure that I got everywhere. Okay. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna lay it right on one of my little pieces, my backer sheets, until I wash it. And you always wanna make sure that you're pulling straight up and not pulling a corner. See, if you watch it, kind of you could tell it sticks a lot better to this kind of surface versus some of the other surfaces that we've been using. And that's just because this is that, just that slicker kind of surface. And I just grab a paper towel. So I'm just gonna leave my little things here. All right, let me just move this, so I feel like I'm gonna stick my arm in it. Okay, so I guess we'll do the little coal pieces. So I just have a little white, and I just want to kind of lighten that just a little bit. Oops. And now that's all over. And this is that paste that was a little bit weird. It's still fine, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of get that off of there. And I'm gonna just mix it with the squeegee. I have to put WD-40 on my chair. Drives me crazy. First I have the squeaky water bottle, then I got a new water bottle. Now I have a squeaky chair. looks like. Okay. So I know when I pull this off, it's going to be kind of like, I don't know, underwhelming probably. And I'm purposefully leaving it so it's like a little bit streaky. The color's a little streaky, but just get it. I think I'd like put the squeegees over here. I just need a little one. Of course, all the ones I grabbed are larger. This is a little bit dry, but it'll be fine. If not, it'll just be like rustic. Definitely this needed a little bit of water though. Okay, now I'll kind of just get the rest of that off of there. So you see it is a lot tougher to kind of pull up. So you see, you don't see it too much, but don't worry, you will. And again, I'm just putting this right on the little sheet, and then I will wash it later. When I say later, like that's like as soon as I'm done here. It's not like when I first started, you could, the transfers were made a little differently, and it was like you just took them and you just, kind of threw them in a little thing of water. Sometimes people would not wash them till the next day. Like, you don't want to do that anymore. All right, we're going to peel that off. So now we have a nice clean edge over there, and no, just get rid of that there. And no, the red isn't on our board. Okay, so I am going to use this just for a second to dry. It will just get our next, part going a little quicker, so I apologize. So it's still not dry, but I don't want to punish everybody by having to listen to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just take our, our regular chalkboard, kids chalk, and let's see, get a decent piece, and we're going to kind of draw like, the face. The other thing with using this, this is like a heat tool, just like a heat gun. You don't want to heat it too much, too long, because the paste will actually kind of start to bubble. Okay, so we're going to keep, let's see, this is going to be our face. I think I might take some of this away here. Let's see, maybe we'll try it with how it is. And then we'll kind of just, actually that's fine like that. And we'll just kind of go out from here. Okay, so that's going to be our snowman. Oh, I'm just looking at it on camera. It looks cool. Looks exactly what I was thinking. So we're just going to kind of, you can put the chalk on the side, just like how we did in the project last night. You could kind of just keep it like this, and you could, maybe, do like little lines to kind of accentuate stuff, whatever you want to do. And if you have a wall in your house that is, painted with the, the chalkboard paint, this would be really cool. You could go and do like a whole little, I'm sorry if it's bad, but a whole little like grouping of, you know, of snowmen. So you could leave it like sketchy like this and kind of just, you know, just whatever you want to do. And then look, you know, if you wanted to keep it like that. But I want to fill it in. So I'm just going to really carefully take our little broken pieces. And now if you get it, so say like we went like that and that's not how we want it. Obviously you can, you know, wipe it away with your finger, but then when you're done, you could just take a wet paper towel and just kind of clean up that edge. So just like how we did last night. And hopefully this is dry enough. And now you'll start to see where we did our little pieces of coal. I'm not going to like go over them with the chalk because I know it's not 100% dry. I'm just going to go in like this. And you could always do, I mean, I know with the snowman you would probably, you know, want to use the regular chalk, but, you know, with other projects, you could use like the kids' sidewalk chalk. I mean, the big thick pieces might be super awkward, but just like the other colors of chalk. And again, I'm sorry for the noise. As long as it doesn't make that really bad, like, squeak noise. And I will go and kind of pull it over the red, but I just don't want to do it yet because I know it's not 100% dry. So you just give yourself a nice. So this, like, the chalk will kind of make those, will kind of make the eyes pop a little bit, I think. I say that, but I'm not really sure. We could always kind of clean some of that off. Or you could just do it with another color too. Okay, I'm going to try to go over this with my fingers. It's like we're making the snowman without using like a traditional, like, you know, surface that I've seen people do this with. And you could just keep going, and you kind of, if you add more, you can kind of make it the white a little brighter. It would be cute if you had, you know, some like pink chalk. You could kind of make like little rosy cheeks. We'll just kind of blend some of that out so we don't have the harsh lines. And if you're somebody who can do like the fancy, I don't know, fancy stuff with chalk, I am not one of those people. I can like draw and stuff, but I can't do like fancy lettering and all that. And I'm like I'm very slow when I draw because I'm a perfectionist. I always think whatever, you know, whenever I draw stuff, I'm like, oh, it's awful, it's awful. So it always takes me like a long time to get something to be just how I like it. Because it's like I want it to be perfect. Okay, so So we'll kind of smooth some of this in again. And again, we're not going to worry about that. I just want to get the whole, kind of looks like a little kid did it, but okay. I wonder if this will make, all right, so this will, we can maybe take the brush and kind of brush some of this off. I don't want to like blow it and then it's going to be everywhere. Normally when I do stuff with like, I put like glitter on a board like this, or like the chalk like this, I'll take it outside and kind of just go, you know, blow on it. I was hoping to kind of make some of these bigger kind of chunks go away, but the paintbrush will help you kind of get rid of some of your lines and like kind of, I'll say like put more lines in like this. We can kind of make it look more intentional here. All right, hold on. Let me just put this to the side for 1 second. And now it's everywhere. All right, so I got rid of some of it. Okay. So again, you can just kind of like, you know, play around with that. Maybe even coming in and like highlighting in these little areas, or, you know, around the edge. Let's see. I just want to get this back on here where I kind of wiped it off. Because I think what I may have to do is like touch it with a little bit of water. So I'm just going to wet the paintbrush. Not enough to take away the design that we did, but just kind of, at least hopefully not. Uh-oh. Dog's going wild out there. So I'm just like, I don't want to mess with it too much because that is the, you know, like the chalk underneath. We don't want to. So I'm just kind of like dampening it just to get rid of the white. So. But you could kind of, you know, however, you know, but just by changing the colors, or, you know, you don't have to, I guess it doesn't have to be black. Or if you're, obviously, if you're working on like a white surface, you could take this, you know, a whole different direction. All right. I do like the, I do like it through the scarf though. All right. So that is that. And now we'll just kind of clean up this edge here. I think that's fine. I don't want to go any further. I'm just going to take this. Just so I don't have a harsh line, I'm just going to dampen that out that way. I can't tell if it looks like if it looks bumpy there or not. So there is our project for tonight. I know it's a little bit of a different one, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. We're getting our tree tomorrow, so I don't know. I don't know time-wise how that's going to work out. But definitely I'll be, you know, I'm trying to be on a lot more frequently. So, but have a great night and thanks for watching.